वेलकम बैक टू आवर एनर्जी प्रेजेंट्स ह्यूस्टन प्रीमियर लीग अगेन आप अगर आपको स्टूडियो में कॉल करने का नंबर है 855-886-6387 एक्सटेंशन 4 आप कॉल करके किसी भी गेस्ट से बात कर सकते हैं ह्यूस्टन प्रीमियर लीग के बारे में इस वक्त सेकेंड वीक ऑफ ह्यूस्टन प्रीमियर लीग इज़ इन द बुक्स राउंड रॉबिन फेज इज़ ओवर एक नज़र देखते हैं हमारी स्टैंडिंग्स और टेबल पे इस वक्त यूएसए ग्लैडिएटर्स 4 गेम जीते हैं, एक रेन आउट हुआ और उनके इस वक्त पॉइंट्स हैं 9 पॉइंट्स, देर लीडिंग द टेबल एज नंबर 1 सीड। उसके बाद हैं ह्यूस्टन लायंस जिनके इस वक्त 7 पॉइंट्स हैं, 3 मैच जीते हैं, एक मैच हारे और एक रन आउट हुआ। और तीसरे नंबर पे हैं ह्यूस्टन स्पार्क्स जिसके ऑल्सो 7 पॉइंट्स हैं, 3 मैच जीते हैं, एक हारे और एक रन आउट हुआ है। और चौथे नंबर पे हैं रॉयल्स। और यही 4 टीमें जो हैं ये प्लेऑफ्स खेलेंगी इस सैटरडे संडे, with Saturday morning Houston Lions playing against USA Gladiators और Houston Sparks playing against Houston Royals. So break पे जाने से पहले मैं सिद्धेश से पूछूं, सिद्धेश, you played against some of the leaders of Houston Cricket League who've won a lot of championships, who've known to be winners, like Kuldeep is one of the ones. You played under his captaincy. You've played under Sushil Nadkarni. I'm going to put you in a kind of a quick rapid fire mode. Who's the better captain? Kuldeep Patel or Sushil Nadkarni?
It's like selecting between Dhoni and Saurav Ganguly. Both were greats in their own eras.
Who did you enjoy playing under most? Because there has to be one. I'm trying to get one.
No,
Who's the better captain?
I can't pick that.
They're not watching the show. Who's the better player?
It's a better player. Sushil Nadkarni.
Sushil Nadkarni. Yes. And who's a better strategist? क्रिकेट की गेम को जो एक कप्तान जो अंदर जाके रीड करता है कि यार बेस सिचुएशन।
Kuldeep Patel.
And rightfully so, because Kuldeep Patel was actually the winning captain of the previous 2 Houston Premier Leagues, जिसमें वो टेक्सन्स के भी कैप्टन थे जब वो जीती थी पहले साल और स्टैलियंस के भी कैप्टन थे जब वो जीती थी साल। So Siddesh, and you have a team of players that you've played with in, prior to HPL triggers maybe or ये वो, and your chemistry has been really good. Now, is there something you talk about in your team meetings and huddles that how you want to approach the game? Because I asked this to Sushil, from the outside looking in, it looks like a very structured and organized team. What is the secret sauce or secret recipe for this?
The secret is, I think, I'm not comparing it to other teams, but I think the 18 we have are like disciplined Houston cricketers. They like 10 or 11 of those are like 19-20 का फर्क है when you compare it to the cream of Houston cricket. Like they might not be as exposed or they might not have that much exposure as the other like big names have in Houston cricket, but talent wise or discipline wise they are not less. So when we made the team and when we had the kickoff, we told everyone that okay, everyone like someone like a Keyur Patel or Prashant Manne or even Srinivas Koneti, all these guys are like our cream of Houston cricket. They've represented Houston at different levels. So they might not have got the exposures of going out and playing in Florida or Chicago or things like that, but they're disciplined cricketers, and that's what we bank on, and that's where the chemistry strikes, because discipline plays a big role in our gladiators. So,
coming back to Majid, your team is playing against Houston Royals, and Houston Royals, even though on paper looks a very strong team, उनके पास जसकरण है, and who's the highest scorer at the moment in Houston Premier League in batting. उसके बाद रस्टी थेरान है और नवीन स्टुअर्ट है. Now you play for Smart Choice in your regular season. You play on turf a lot and then you play on cement a lot, concrete. Is there a difference? Do you have a preference if this game were to happen on turf? I think we got them. Or if they, obviously as a confident captain, you'll say I got them wherever we play. But is there a preference that you have that अगर ये turf पे हो तो हम उनको पकड़ सकते हैं because we have this home advantage and turf is different to bat, ball, field.
Sure. It's not just your team, but just generally because we have been playing on turf actually for the past almost over 2 years now. So the team is basically more confident playing on turf. We know how the pitch is. We know the bounce. We pretty much know exactly what to do in what situation. Generally, we play probably over 12 to 13 games पूरे साल में उस ग्राउंड पे खेलते हैं, but it's when compared to other teams who play maybe 2 or 3 games on the ground. So of course for us, we prefer to play on turf because we have an advantage just on our side. It doesn't matter किसके against खेल रहे हैं. Just for us is our players know where to pitch the ball, जब ball आ रही है, how to bat which situation, which the part of the ground makes a huge difference.
Coming back to Houston Cricket League, you just took over the post. Obviously, you have your new set of challenges and goals. You probably must have thought about कि मुझे at least during my tenure, I want to accomplish these things. Is there one or two priority things that top one, top three things that you want to focus on moving forward? कि before I leave this position, I want to make sure कि ये 2-3 चीजें अगर सही कर दूं या हो जाएं,
Sure.
तो I think it's going to take Houston Cricket League to newer heights.
Number one जो चीज़ है जो in my books is of course the discipline and the commitment. I think that goes back to our umpiring structure. So that's probably my priority, is to go back and fix our umpiring structure. Usually मैं कहता हूँ if it's not broken, there's no need to be fixed. But in this case, it is broken. We've already met with the umpiring committee, the union, and we're seeing how we can restructure. We're getting some certifications on the way. My plan is initially to start with having those umpires who umpire in the Division 1 games, give them those certifications so they're more confident. And then down the road, maybe having 2 umpires in the Division 1 games. So to have those 8 teams, basically 4 matches going on in Division 1, which is our premier division, Division 1. Target मेरा ये है कि उसमें we should at least have 2 umpires per game. The batting team should not be sending a leg umpire. Just make it more professional, more disciplined. That was my priority. उसके अलावा secondly जो है, of course, like I said, following up into competition, is having more of these tournaments. जैसे आप HPL कर रहे हैं, Punch has been part of HCL. They're doing a fantastic job. जितने tournaments हम करा सकते हैं, that's what my target is. क्योंकि इन tournaments के through हमारे जो local players हैं, just like Siddhesh mentioned earlier, a lot of players don't get chance to go play in Florida or Detroit or Chicago or wherever. लेकिन through these tournaments, जब हम इन players को लेकर आते हैं अपनी city में, right? Just like Nevin Stewart, Just Karan, Roy Silva, Rusty, all these players, जब ये आते हैं सनी सोहाल यहाँ खेलने के लिए, it makes a huge difference. क्योंकि हमारे जो वो local players हैं, right? They get a huge exposure to play against them. तो मेरा target ये है कि वो competition हम लाएं through these tournaments, try to have these tournaments multiple times a year, so these local players जिनको opportunity बाहर नहीं मिलती खेलने को, at least they get the exposure at home to increase the standard.
Also from a infrastructure perspective, maybe having another ground जहाँ पे turf की facility. Like,
sure.
What about, and it's not about any particular balls, but what about the standard of the balls that we currently use? Do you think it's up to par? Maybe we should play with Kookaburras, which is more expensive.
Sure.
Because you are on this, goal to improve the cricket standard, and ball plays an important role. Because it should be an even contest between bat and ball, and right now it's just, especially अगर आप cement concrete पे खेलते हो, it's all like a batting pitch. But at least ball should help to some extent. And the quality
Sure.
of balls is kind of, the jury is still out. Some say it's good, some say it's bad. And I don't want to comment on that, but it feels like maybe we should also look into that aspect as well.
Definitely. और we have approached a few vendors, because right now we only have one vendor जो हमें provide कर रहा है. Again, HCL is not into the ball business कि हम जाते हैं और balls आते हैं, but what we do is we go out and we ask the vendors भाई कौन आना चाह रहा है with their product, or as long as 4 of the clubs can approve कि हाँ these balls are good enough for us to use the season, we have no issues adding 2 or 3. Right now we have one vendor, and again जैसे मैं कहता हूँ, of course, the standard can get better अगर
Yes.
better balls आए. लेकिन फिलहाल we have one. We're looking forward talking to maybe 2 other vendors out there. I'm not going to name them, but we're working with them and see अगर उनकी हम balls लेकर आएं तो we can increase the standard up there. But going back to मेरा जो third point था, जो मेरे उसमें agenda में है to do it, is adding a ground, and adding a ground to a level जहाँ पे हम एक day and night ground add कर सकें. Dallas has that facility right now. उन्होंने City Parks Authority लिया. They're using 2 soccer fields. उसके बीच में they have a cement pitch.
Right.
They're
They
using
use the
those lights on those 2 soccer fields, and they're basically playing cricket on those. So मेरा target ये है, within the next 2 years, I have been talking to a couple of people in Harris County and different places जहाँ से हम ये approval करा सकें कि we can get a ground जहाँ पे हम pitch बना सकें between again the 2 soccer fields के soccer effect ना हो, but we can still use those lights. Just adding that one day and night ground, I think that's going to help us a lot, especially adding that, again, going back to the spice and the masala it brings to the table. Adding another ground with the day and night facility. So that's probably the third one on my list that I'm working on.
Okay, that's good. So I wanna again remind our viewers, if you want to call into the show, studio में call करने का number है 1-855-886-6387 extension 4. Ahmed, this week you're playing against USA Gladiators. Person sitting right next to you. आप league round में एक game उनके साथ खेल चुके हैं. It was a nail biter. Last ball पे वो game end हुआ. You scored 202. Your team scored 202, and these guys chased it on the last ball, the 20th over. It was an exciting match to watch. You playing them against. How do you rate your chances? Tell me something about the matchup and the players involved.
Well, I mean, we're primarily going to have the same team, maybe one guy or an add here and there. That's about it. But I mean, what I would say in our team, I think we mentioned about Sushil Bhai and the discipline and all that. You know, I think we lacked that in last game, and that showed. You know, even though we had quick loss of two quick main batsmen, you know, in the order, we still managed to score 2 or 2, you know. But again, we know that they have good batting lineup, and on that ground, score karna 2 or 2 karna itna aasan, and itna mushkil nahi hai. You know, you can chase it easily.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we are playing on turf, then it could be a different ball game. Because I mean, then you have a turf to play on, and then kis tarah turf react karegi. Not everybody is comfortable playing on that. So I think it still should be a good contest, you know, play against them.
Absolutely. और जैसा कि मैंने आपको पहले बताया कि this coming weekend इंशाल्लाह अगर if the weather cooperates with us, we are looking for an exciting finish to our Houston Premier League 2017, जिसमें Saturday को we have the playoff games between Gladiators, seeded number 1 versus Houston Lions 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4 Sparks versus Houston Royals. और उसके बाद Sunday को हमारा पहला eliminator होगा जिसमें the winner of the second game will play the loser of the first game, and then final will be on Sunday afternoon. And everyone who's watching should come out, enjoy the day. We'll have entertainment, music, and food at Musa Stadium. So we'll be hoping for good weather and good cricket. So let's go towards a break, and we'll come back and talk more about Houston Premier League.